Hi everybody, I'm Vicky, creator of If the Stitch Fits, Wear It. And today's project we are making pillowcases. So for this project you will need about a yard of fabric, matching thread, scissors, and some lace, which is optional, and of course your sewing machine. So I wanted to show you the pillowcases that I've made. These I'm actually giving out this year for Christmas. This material I got at Hobby Lobby, but this is one of the pillowcases that I've made. And this is for about a standard size pillow. And then this pillowcase actually made with my own designer fabric, which you can get at Spoonflower if you're interested. And I added the lace trim, which I really love. And I'm also going to show you how to do French seams with these pillowcases. And the pillowcase that I'm working on today is actually a doll size, and I'll be using my designer fabric for that. But I will also give you the measurements to a standard queen and king pillowcase so that you can do a big one like these. And everything that you do for this doll size pillowcase is everything that you're gonna do for a big pillowcase. So the measurements for the bigger pillowcases are gonna show up now. The measurements of my doll pillow is about 10.5 by 13.5. And we're going to begin the project by ironing out your fabric. So once you have it all nice and ironed out and flat, the first thing that you want to do is lay your project down on the right side. And if you're using directional fabric like I am, think about what direction you want your print to go in. So with my print, I have aircrafts on here. And when I'm all done, I wanted it to go like this, as if the aircrafts are flying up towards the opening of the pillowcase is how I wanted it. So if you're using a printed fabric, just make sure you think about the direction of the fabric or the direction of the print that you want it going in. And now, like I said, after you have your fabric all nice and ironed out and flat and pretty, you're gonna have it right side down, so the wrong side is facing up at you. And you're gonna take the long edge of your fabric. So that means I have my fabric on the 13.5 inch edge. And I'm gonna take that edge and just fold it down on the wrong side about 1/2 inch. And then I'm gonna iron that one more time. And after that edge is ironed, I'm gonna take it and fold it down again about 4 inches and iron it down again. Ironing makes your work look very professional and very neat. So after you iron this edge down again, what you wanna do is stitch on the edge of that fold on that's facing the wrong side. Stitch on the edge of that side. And then what you want to do is take it and fold it wrong sides together. So now your right sides are facing you and you have the direction of the print facing how you want the direction to go. So now you have these open edges here and an open edge at the bottom, and you want to stitch down this open edge and this open edge with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then iron it again. Actually, before you iron it, snip the corner just a little before the stitches, just snip the extra fabric, and then cut the extra fabric on each side so that you can stitch it again for the French seam. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I stitched down my long edge. So at this point, this is how your fabric looks, and this is the beginning of your pillowcase. But what I actually wanted to do now is add a trim of lace to my fabric. I loved how it looked on the big pillowcase that I made, so I decided to add it on my doll pillowcase. And all you want to do is take the lace, the length of your pillowcase. You have it on the long edge, so I have my lace at about 13.5 inches, and I'm just going to place it on the right side of my fabric and stitch it down. So I have it right here on my fabric, and I'm gonna place it right on that stitch I've already made, and then I'm just gonna stitch it straight down to my fabric and then finish up my pillowcase. So I've gone ahead and I stitched down my lace. So this is what my pillowcase looks like so far. I have my edges stitched down. I have my lace stitched down. Now to finish up my pillowcase, what I want to do is I'm going to lay it again with the right side down, and I'm going to take the wrong side of the fabric and fold it together, wrong sides facing, and just line up my edges. And if you want to iron it, go ahead. So now what you have here is a little fold that looks like this, and you're going to stitch with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance along the two edges that are open, and your wrong sides should be facing each other. All right, so now I have those two open edges stitched down, and this is where your French seam is going to come in. You're going to take your pillowcase and turn it wrong side out. Make sure that your edges are poked out, and before you turn it inside out also, you want to go ahead and trim that extra fabric, because you're going to stitch it again in a second. So you're going to trim this extra fabric. Just right before your stitches, about 1/8 of an inch, cut off that extra fabric and snip that corner. Alright, snipping that extra fabric is going to help the stitch that you make, with the 1/4 inch stitch that you make now, less bulky, and it's going to look neater as a French seam. So now that that extra fabric is snipped off, go ahead and turn your pillowcase wrong side out and poke out the corners nice and neat, and make sure you have your edges lined up and all out. And again, just poke out those edges because you don't want it to look bulky at all. So just want to make sure. Now, the edges that you just stitched down, you're going to stitch again on the wrong side with about another 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side that you stitched down. Just this side and this side. And then you're all done. And then you want to iron your pillowcase once again. So the edges that I stitched down on the right side of my fabric, I went ahead and I stitched those two edges down again on the wrong side of the fabric. So I've already done that. I stitched both edges down, and now my French seams are done, and I'm going to turn my pillowcase right side out, of course, and show you how it looks. I hope it comes out nice. Poke out your edges. You might want to cut the extra fabric that you had, but poke out your edges. And now you have a nice, beautiful pillowcase for your bedroom or a gift. Great idea, lovely gift. I hope you all liked it. If you did, press like and subscribe and come back for future classes. Bye, have a good one.